after you fail your after you fail your international protection, you will be what? Taken back home. That is, you will be facing the deportation, because now they have people who are voluntary people who are supporting with money, IOM and United Nations, all these people with the European Union, they have all come together, whereby if you fail to be protected or to get the international protection, you will be taken back home immediately without not wasting time. And don't forget, then those of you who just newly entered into this country just about a year ago, all of you have about 6 months or 8 months highest to go to your commission. So the process of going to commission is going to be faster enough. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. And if you don't get the international protection, and if you fail several times, you will be what? Repatriated from this country immediately.
Alright guys, Paul is my name once again. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. You are welcome back to Paul TV. I hope Nyame Adom bibia boko. Mo fan chain why? Nyame Adom busy ya anti shuka kra. Mo fan chain. I hope say Nyankopon Adom bibia boko. Say no Nyame Adom e dey sahwe kakra dey aba. And oko your YouTube a obetimi abo Paul. Obo Paul a and say Paul IT a obenya videos ni na dey ahwe. I Nyame Adom Nyankopon Adom bibia boko. And I hope say munina so ho ye achimbo snase fo nyina wiase afani nyina mo. And I no pay the mini we share enye boni. We want to talk about how to get the document and about updates about the Sanatoria, okay? There is an update about the Sanatoria, and one of our brother, I always said a bright future. He talk about something, then I was even happy, because you know it's not easy about how they bring that force law about in Sanatoria. But now I think there is no more important, or there is no much more. So what I can say is that you people are doing Sanatoria, or those of us, let me put it that way, those of us who are doing Sanatoria must be very careful a little bit, okay, and say, oh yes, Sanatoria, then so we're very careful, because and Sachayana Bano, first one of the banner very straight, and now I hope say Nyankopon Adom, omo de niema eden abafom. Nti na me niabe mane ka ho asem bright future ka ho eden asem. Nti mesere wo se mame umre ba ko na asem miinu na yenko ti the bright future no eden na all kan ye beto aso.
Yo, what's up? Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to you watching me at this time, and depending on the time that you'll be watching this video. When you come across this video, the only thing that you have to do is to share for your brother or your sister to also watch this news. Good, let me make it real quick. Remember, Sanatoria was a lot of instructions about this Sanatoria, but now there's a huge changes that makes Sanatoria so easy now. And me myself, I'm happy to announce this to you. Good, somebody may ask me, what makes it easy? Stay tuned, hit the like button whilst you are waiting for me to tell you what makes it easy. The changes that has come is fantastic. You're gonna love it. Okay, so now, according to the new law or the new decreto that has formed with the Sanatoria, the domestic amnesty, that is the when we talk about domestic is those who work in the house, okay? So probably it's just for the caregivers, you understand? Yes, or the bandante. Let me put it that way so that most of you will understand. Now, before, it wasn't possible to change the person that you are working with, but now the new law says it is possible to change the person that you are working with. You can choose another person to work with, okay? Now it is very possible. So let me just read to you. Domestic amnesty, a new employer is possible. Okay, good. May give us an interesting news on the front of the regularization of servants. So you see, this May is very fantastic. It's great news even for the Italians themselves. Okay, so he said with the circular of the Minister of the Intra Centrale Directive, the Directive of the Immigration Policies, 11th May 2021, with the subject Law Decreto 19th May 2020, number 34, converted into law in number 77 of 17th July 2020. Emergency of irregular employment relationships puts a new pieces in the discipline of the 2020 emergency. Now, pay attention and listen very carefully. This is where it is important. The Interim Minister followed the circular number 3020 of 21st April 2021 relating to the procedure of the new emergence of fixed-term employment relationship in the agriculture sector now turns into domestic collaborators, domestic workers, and foreign caregivers. In the light of the reports received from the Sanatoria and the further discussions with the Department of Public Security and Minister of Labor and Social Policies, the Interim Minister points out the following. Domestic relationship in the case of conclusion of fixed-term contracts, the discipline dedicated in the affordment circular in the case of a declaration of emergence of fixed-term employment relationship with which ended because the final term expired. So now, in case if you are working with somebody and the contract expire and the person refused to renew the contract for you, you can still look for another person who can give you a contract. It's not compulsory like previously that you need the person supposed to work sign you another contract. Other than that, you will not be able to receive your sanatoria document. Now it's not like that. When the person dies, you can still choose another person to work with, or you can still look for another employment somewhere else. Okay, and then your sanatoria still continues pending with the summons of the interested party to the single desk also apply to domestic worker and assistance to the person. Therefore, in the latter cases, new domestic employee can take over the procedure even if not a member of the family unit. So, for example, if the person that you are working with dies, you can choose another person or somebody else can give you employment. It does not necessarily means this the person from someone who will give you the contract supposed to come from that same family. No, you can work outside or you can work anywhere else. Okay, good. So this is very fantastic. So termination of domestic relationship for another reasons. For example, if you are working and maybe one or two things happen and they block your contract or they cancel your contract, now let's see if it is going to help you or you can still continue your sanatoria. Yes, you can still continue. Now listen, furthermore, an in-depth analysis was carried out on the hypothesis in which the termination of the employment relationship occurs due to reasons not of force majeure. In this regard, it is believed that the takeover of a new employer can also be envisaged in this case. Resident permit for awaiting employment, that's when. If on the other hand, also due to the serious consequence that the persistence of a pandemic emergency has caused the labor market, there is no new employment available to hire the worker in consideration of a long term that has elapsed since the sending of the request and of the high number cases still under discussion. The Department of Public Security interested in the matter agreed that the resident permit for awaiting employment can be issued to the foreigner. So, for example, if you have sent you have sent all you have sent the application before, okay, and then due to the line your contract was expired or because of the pandemic, it is very difficult for you to continue your job, or maybe they don't even want to hire you anymore. They said they should give you the sanatoria document. They should give it to you, but it will be what? Awaiting employment. Okay, it is a document that they will give you awaiting employment, so that you can take it and look for another job. Verification that the require of emergence is true and it is not fatiguous relationship. In any case, as set forth in the circular number 4623 of 17/11/2020, the one-stop shop must carry out the appropriate check for the purpose of an assignment and aimed to include the application for emergence has been submitted instrumentally, and that is the employment relationship is established in a fictitious way. In any case, the initiate employee must report to the prefectura in all the situation described above. Moreover, will however need to convene at the door is the employee who had advanced surfacing instance that the worker for, including the procedure signing in the contract relating to the employment relationship case. Finally, if measures has been adopted to reject the application due to the termination of the employment relationship, it is considered appropriate to proceed with a review of the same in self-protection. So this is amazing. Before, when your contract expire and the person refused to sign you, that means you are out. But now it is not like that. Now everything has become normal the way we are expecting it. Okay, so it's a very great news for the Sanatoria people. Yeah, it's very good news. In case if you were thinking maybe they are gonna kick you out or you are gonna do this, they are gonna say this, now it is not the way we all thought. Okay, good. So let me just go into the another one. It is also about the migrant issue. So Draghi says that they are going to repatriate migrants who are not entitled to stay. Okay, that is a necessary level for governing migratory flow is also continued by the repatriation action of migrants who are not entitled to remain in our territory in absence of the condition for the recognition of the international protection. Prime Minister Mario Draghi said this yesterday at a question time in the House. For some time now, we have strengthened, he explained, the effort on the repatriation front, including voluntary and assisted ones, with the collaboration of the United Nations Agency, IOM, and UNHCR, that is the United Nations. We are committed not only to bilateral agreements, but also to the launch of forms of European partnership with the main countries of origin and transit of flows. This must include initiative on local economic deployment and the protection of the legality he included. So now, Prime Minister Draghi said this yesterday that now they have made all the agreements, okay, with the all types, the difference of the African countries, and they have agreement with United Nations and IOM and the European Union. Okay, so now after you fail your after you fail your international protection, you will be taken back home. That is, you will be facing the deportation, because now they have people who are voluntary people who are supporting with money. IOM and United Nations, all these people with the European Union, they have all come together, whereby if you fail to be protected or to get the international protection, you will be taken back home immediately without not wasting time. And don't forget, then those of you who just newly entered into this country just about a year ago, all of you have about 6 months or 8 months highest to go to your commission. So the process of going to commission is going to be faster enough. Okay, So this is how it's going to be. And if you don't get the international protection, and if you fail several times, you will be what? Repatriated from this country immediately. God richly bless you for joining Bright Future TV. If today is your first time, do me that favor, subscribe, be part of here, share it, and don't forget to invite your brother to join us. God bless you. If you have any question at all that you want to ask me, or you think you need answers to, just hit me on Instagram, Bright Future TV, and Facebook, Bright Future TV. I will be there waiting for you, and I'll answer you as you want. Okay, ciao.
All right, you guys are welcome. I hope say your current video no you send any my den esifa eden ekon. Until now no say o boss say employ bi mo contract no expire. Until no say employ bi ma. First one now you say employ bi m dey na is like o document no sika we tia ni ade nyina ahye I waste. But now no it's a try abande say o boss no e ka say o contract na wu. Until renew bill there. You have the right to say, "We put before now. We continue on Sanatoria." And you have the right to say, "We for," and I say, "We put before," and I say, "Nipa or yama no a free man." First, no say, "We free man." Actually, but you say, "No, we free man." What me a put before now? We continue on Sanatoria. And you say, "No, just stay calm, okay? Yeah, you nyabo trainer." You go through the process and so and kind of document because in abroad no we live by documents, okay? So we need documents are very serious, okay? And see that's what my brother here then so I say I call YouTuber I know about Paul TV and I say Paul IT. What am I say about Paul IT now? You get more videos about it. More videos here in because we tell you we have a lot tours I ever continue here in Sakai Aba. Oko YouTube know about Paul TV and I say Paul IT ubenya more videos no no wash. So also now Oko know about Bright Future TV ubenya ni videos why about document and about how to stay in Europe why nyankopon ya adoma videos na more here eba make sure say share videos na ma from them so my den or my should be within the poor and I'm proud to be a Ghanaian as you know. Make sure some share video na movie. If it's not important you just share the video to your friend, okay? Don't worry about the insult. Leave your comments and leave your advice. I'm ready to take your advice to move forward, okay? Peace. Shalom. We will meet again. Bye bye.